Hello everyone, it is Christine here and I am here to share some of my lovely birthday goodies that I have received both as gifts but also some purchases I have made in the lead up to my birthday, which I have waited and put aside so that I can enjoy for my birthday. So the first of them are these beautiful pieces of blanket from Waverley Mills in Tasmania. They use merino wools and weave the most beautiful blankets, and then they do crafters packs periodically where you get a random sample. You can now select just to have wool only or recycled wools. I went with the wool only, and really happy with what I have got. So I've got this beautiful piece. It's got fringing on both ends, so that would be just like a perfect little piece to be able to use for a project, and it is super soft, super lovely. So that's very pleased with that one. I've got this one which is huge, again super soft, and it is a massive piece. I could do a very big project on that, or otherwise cut it up to smaller pieces. Or these are also great if you want to make your own bespoke blanket, and you could cut them into cubes or different shapes and then stitch the pieces together. I love this, and I've got a few pieces of this because I got 4 of the crafter packs, because then I got free postage. Why not, hey? And it is really lovely. Now I might just move the camera a little bit just so it's a bit more focusing down that way. So they are gorgeous. So that's those two. I'll just pop this down as a base because I think it's a nice little base colour to have. And then I have got this one, which is a slightly thicker one. It might not be merino, it might be a different wool. Lots of them are the merino wools. And it's a beautiful tartan. Look at those colours. And again, it's a quite decent sized piece. It'd be even nice to make like a little vest or something out of to wear over tops. Not that I often make clothing, but hey, I might give it a go. And then I've got another piece of this one that we saw before, and again it's a very sizable piece. And these crafter packs are really good value because they're blankets from Waverley Mills. They're gorgeous blankets, but they are quite expensive. So I just love these pinks. So I got 3 pieces of the pinks. So I feel very lucky to have got 4 packs and got 3 pieces of the pinks. And then I've got another lovely one, which again has the fringing on both sides, and lovely colourful fringing and beautiful. This one's a lovely weight if you wanted something a bit thicker to put into like structure a container or a vessel or something. This could be fantastic. I'll put these behind me because I'm going to have quite a few things on the table to show you. This lovely yellowy sort of mustard coloured one. Again, just super lovely to feel so soft. Beautiful qualities. And I love the pattern weave in that. And then another pink one. So happy. Almost like a fluoro pink. I love it. And so I think I might have to do something with these ones all together. I don't know. Might have to make myself a special coat. I'd feel very special wearing that. Work out a coat design that's quite simple to make. But maybe mix it up with some. And I do have some other colours. I have a little bit left from my last time I got a crafters pack. And then this lovely like a waffle sort of weave. And again, it's just super soft. Super luxe, lovely. It would be great if I'm wanting something where I don't want if I'm using a wool piece and you're then using thin sort of white fabrics or something over it. This will be good because the wool colour won't shine through, or sort of not shine through. What word am I after? Don't know. Show through. And then this is an orangey, but a nice, really sort of soft orange. And again, that beautiful weave on it. And as you can see at the edges, even when they're cut, they don't tend to sort of unravel too much, so they're great to be able to use if you want to cut out some things in wools. And then another lovely blue one, and this one just has the fringe at one end, and then lovely fringing there. and just a beautiful design and just super, super soft and tactile. So very, very spoiled and thrilled with that bundle. You never know, as I say, it's a totally potluck thing. Now the next lot, I actually got these before Christmas. I can't believe it's April and I haven't shown them to you. So, and the reason they popped into my mind was that Lisa Mattock on her newsletter this week was mentioning verdant fabrics, and they'd come across Emily from Collage Quilter and her daughter at, I think, one of the quilt conventions in the US. And they head up the Collage Quilter, who I've mentioned in some of my videos when I've been doing my scrap fabric collaging. Collage Quilter has come out with her own panels and her own fabric range, which is verdant fabrics. And I had purchased directly from Collage Quilter some amazing panels and fabrics. And I saw that, Lisa Mattock only has a very small range of items. So I'm thrilled that I've got a really extensive good set. Now I'm just going to see if I can move the camera out a bit just so we can get even more of a range. I'm filming this at the coffee table downstairs just for a change. I was going to sit outside, but it was getting a bit blustery. So yeah, isn't that beautiful? So it's a designed up panel, and then the intention is that you put some of the collage projects that Emily does, but I just thought I could use it for anything really. If I wanted a beautiful background, I was even thinking for some of our still life prompts. I'll lay these ones out so you can have a good look at them. Isn't that beautiful? It's got the berries on it. It's absolutely lush. Oh, sorry, just bumped the camera. This one's meant to go this way. Beautiful. They'd be hard to show you if I actually had the camera sort of up the other way. It's good that I'm angled across the table because they are quite large. Oh, I love this one with the twirl on it. Sorry, you're probably getting my arm in the shot, but such is life. So yeah, the little farm scenes. And then this one. Again, just beautiful flowers, just absolutely love those. And then I got some of the verdant fabrics because I think they were having a sale at the time. That's why I finally decided to. I'd been looking at these panels for a while, and in fact actually there's another set of panels in here. There's these ones, which are a huge panel, so not sure how I'm going to show them to you, but we will do our best. Let's go this way. Oops. We'll get there eventually. Sorry, I'm just going to have to lean across. You might see my head in the photo. We'll get there. And so there's this panel, which I'll just go that way. And then there is this panel. And then this panel. And we'll go across this way. Oh no, that way we're there. And then we've got this panel as well. So 4 panels, which are just gorgeous. The detailing and the fact that it's all sort of collaged together, just going to make super beautiful bases for something. And they'd be great again to turn into. It'd be a really easy way to make a quilt, or even just make a little throw. Even putting some of that beautiful blanket on the back, and then collaging a centre, and then turning that into a little throw for the lap or something. So that's those. Just can probably leave those there while I do the others. And then these are some of the fabrics that I got. So I might be able to bring you up and over again. I'll just move you forward a bit and just angle you a bit more like that. And so this was just probably, I think, a sort of a quarter size piece. I got a large piece of this because you know I love my twirls. And it's a big It's got castles and rotundas and gardens, peacocks. It's really, really lovely. I think, yeah, the design repeats sort of over that area, but it is delightful. Such a beautiful job designing that, Emily. So this is called Longwood in blue. And it's, yeah, designed by Emily Taylor and Amelia Whiting, who are also on YouTube under Collage Quilter. Try and fold things up as I go, otherwise I'll have a right old mess at the end. Put those up there. And then this fabric, and again I got some of these to use both in their whole form, like for fussy cutting flowers, but also they're great because they've got those sort of tonal variations which are great to include in your collage pieces. So there's that one, and this one reminded me of vintage wallpaper. It's lovely. So I don't often buy new fabrics, but these are sort of vintage looking, and just, yeah, knowing that they've been designed by a small designer whose work I admire, I thought, yeah, I'll get some of these, and I think they're going to be really, really lovely to bring into my work. So I've been keeping them to sort of show you. I have actually dug into a few of the scraps that I'll be showing you, because I got 2 of Emily's scrap bags, just to see what you get in a scrap bag of her supplies. Love this with the little birds along here. Again, reminds me of a wallpaper. So again, that's part of that Longwood collection. But yeah, the shipping's quite expensive. That's why I decided just to do it when it was on sale, and I got a decent amount. And I also got my steamer seam light too from Emily as well, because she had it in the rolls, which I think you can get in Australia, but I just figured if I'm getting shipping, I will do it. Oh, and this is the green version of that same toile design. I think it's the same size as well. I think I might have just got a little bit less of the green, but I think the design elements are the same. Let me just check. Or are they slightly smaller? No, I think they're the same. Yep. It's funny when you see something in different colour, it can sort of make you think the dimensions are different too. Let's put that up there. And then I'll show you the scrap packs. And as I say, I'd already dug into it when I was doing my fig. So I borrowed these burgundy and ready pieces out for that. And so these are scrap packs that are basically what Emily has been using in her collage quilts in the studio. And I just thought, yep, that'll be a great way to get a really good variety of things. And it's just, and because she does the collage quilting, you get those really good sort of tonal variation pieces. And just, yeah, fascinating to see what different types, if she's not using her own fabrics, what types of fabrics she's using. I think that is one of hers, isn't it? Looks very similar to one of the Longwood ones, but... And this one almost reminds me of Aboriginal sort of paintings, might even be. And then the sort of batik ones are great. Let's move these up here. And some of them are quite decent size, like I'd get a lot of fussy cutting out of those pieces. These ones I loved. I would have loved to get some of this fabric, but I think it might have been sold out at the time. But look, it's got birds and butterflies and flowers. Beautiful hydrangea. So yeah, very happy to have that one. And then there's this one here with lovely water lilies. Very calming fabric, and they do go beautifully together. So yeah, again, it was a great way to get some additional pieces of Emily's fabrics. It's a really finely woven piece. Again, just beautiful colour variations that'll be so handy if you're wanting various greens for something. That one. Little crosses, they'd be fun to do some stitching between. Again, that's from her collection, which I didn't get that one in my other selection, so wonderful to have it here. Great variation in colours. Very nice little sort of low low intensity colour, but some lovely markings in it. Beautiful as well, very vintage looking. Again, verdant design, some more of Emily's that I didn't get in mine. Just love how bright this one is, and as you know, I love my my fungus and this little mouse on it. It actually reminds me of Susanna from Vintage Blend Studios, her little nature piece that she's been working on and did it at her retreat, which was on at the same time as the Fleur retreat, which I was at, and which my lovely friend Kristy went to. It was Susanna's one. I was just thinking, was it Susanna's? Yes, Susanna's one that Kristy went to. More beautiful fabrics, just so many, and these weren't expensive, these scrap packs. I can't remember what they were and if they might have been on sale at the time I got them, but a lot of fabric. Oops, sorry, the camera. Again, great for either fussy cutting out or just getting that variation of colour. Again, wonderful textures, and you can use both the back and the front. That's the other thing Emily teaches you when you're watching her videos. So I think I'll keep these on the sort of, in a little box for collaging, but also to reach for when I'm working on projects, because it's just a great selection in a small area. So that's that pack, and then I got a second scrap pack, which is here. This one's, again, a really sort of densely woven fabric. Beautiful. Love those colours. This one's just a little piece of something called Cottage Garden by Snow Leopard Designs, but again, lots of prospects for either fussy cutting or using it for that colour variation. Another beautiful one. Another one here. Oh, that's great. That could be really useful actually for an upcoming little piece I'm going to be working on. So I'm going to put that one and that one to the side because I've just had a thought. And in fact, I'm even wondering about this one. Yep, I'll put that to the side. You know when you're working and you just suddenly start to think, oh, maybe. In fact, that one could even be good. Yep, I'm taking that one over too. This one's lovely, very vintage looking London Calling. Isn't that great? And then this beautiful one. Another lovely one here. Oh, isn't that cute with little squirrels, and then it looks like birch trees. Beautiful fabric there. A great black, but then it's got other sort of tones in it, so isn't that fabulous? Black and grey. And this one, again, some darks, which is handy to have because I don't have that much. I have darks with florals on it, but not many sort of more abstracty ones. Again, that reminds me of like a feed sack fabric. This one again has just got subtle sort of marbling on it. Beautiful colour to that one. Another one of that sort of abstract pattern, but in really vibrant oranges and pinks. Another one of that one, which is great. Here's another one of those marbly, almost looks like flowers. You could imagine that being like a protea. Beautiful. Another lovely one. Some more of that one. Pretty sure that is one of Emily's fabrics. Some more of this one, which is great too. Did I save? Oh no, I'll pop that over because I think that one could be useful as well for my other project idea that is brewing. Yellows, beautiful. These ones would be great to kind of stitch into and paint with colour. Another lovely one of this. What is this? This is something Art Gallery Fabrics. But love all the little animals, little fox. Nice little snippet. So yeah, it's so exciting getting someone else's scrap bag, especially when it's got such lovely fabrics in it, made in Japan. Beautiful paisley. Love that. Love the colours in that. Again, fabrics are a great way to kind of, pick out a colour palette if you're wanting to kind of, whether it's painting your own fabric or painting some threads. Another one of that beautiful one that I had in the more intense pink that I put to the side. Oh, and this one could be good for my little project pile as well, I think. I'm feeling the vibes on that. And very vintage as well. Very fine, almost feels like a silk, but it is a cotton. Got these great patterns on it. Oops, not that one. This one here. Oh, I'm wondering about that for my project as well. Yes. See, it's always handy when you go through something. I did have obviously a look at these when I got them, but I had kept them in their packs. That's lovely. Again, reminds me of like a wallpaper or something. Nice sort of organic but patterned shapes, but they're not all regular, which is good. Another one of those lovely ones that I was saying you could stitch into with colours. This one I think is one of Emily's fabrics because it's got those little birds on it. Lovely. And then this one, look at that. Beautiful, beautiful colours. Again, I'm thinking some of that could be handy, so I'm gonna keep that one out as well. Not gonna keep that out. So that is the selection of loveliness from Emily Taylor and Collage Quilter. Next up, I'm super excited to open this package from my lovely friend Kristy from So Bits Kristy. She told me not to tell her off for sending such a big package. I'm not sure how I'm going to go getting it on the camera, on the video. I might need to move you backwards again. Sorry for all the moving. So this is the package, all wrapped up, and my goodness. I did as Kristy says, I'm not opening it till my birthday. It's a card. Let's start with the card. I obviously had it up the wrong way, so I think it's meant to go up this way because I think it's meant to open, so I'll open the card off camera. And you can just be peering at the beautifulness. I'm absolutely, I am stunned, Kristy. I won't tell you off. Oh, look at the card. Isn't that beautiful? It's got, I think that's like a printed paper maybe with stamping on it, some lace. And look at these. I think these, Kristy might have hand-coloured these ones herself. And it says, "Dear Christine, wishing you a very happy birthday. Lots of love, Kristy." Thank you so much. I'm going to put that up on the table and put it on my special birthday card table. And then let's have a look. Look at this fabric even the wrapping. See, my favourite type of wrapping is when it's fabric wrapping. Look at that. You know I love my May Gibbs. Oh my goodness, what on earth? What on earth, Kristy? What have you done? Look at this quilt. Kristy makes the most beautiful, beautiful quilts, but I never, in my wildest dreams, would have thought I was going to receive a custom Kristy quilt for my birthday and filled with May Gibbs deliciousness. Look at that. Beautiful, beautiful blues. That is so, so lovely. I think Kristy might have been quite cheeky at one point and was asking me to advise her on a colour for one of her friends' quilts. And I think Kristy was asking my own opinion on a quilt that, whether at that point, I don't know. She probably was being very, very cheeky. Look at this. Look how beautiful. Oh my goodness. This is going to become my new treasured bedspread. And it's so beautifully done. Wow. Wow, wow, wow. Look at it. I feel like I can't quite do it justice because it's just stunning. Look at all those lovely May Gibbs fabric squares and beautifully cut out so everything's wonderfully featured. The little wattle babies. Oh, look at it. The kangaroos. And then, yeah, it's got this beautiful fabric on the back. So it's a reversible quilt because it can be used either way. And it is so, so lovely. And then it's got this piece here. Love it. Love, 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 Kristy. I can't even tell you how much I love that. It is my new treasure. And it'll be so nice because then I'll always have some of Kristy close at hand. Isn't it beautiful? I do love that blue and that blue surrounding the centerpiece. And because I don't make quilts, this is super, super special. I've obviously collected some vintage quilts. I've purchased quilts when I found them abandoned at op shops in the dog basket, but to have a quilt made for me and gifted from such a dear friend, that is just so special. I hope, Kristy, that you put your name on it somewhere or a label or something. If not, I'm going to make sure it's on it. Not that I'll ever forget, because my goodness, that is a memorable and special gift. Thank you so much, Kristy. And that wasn't all she sent me, so she is indeed a very naughty friend. So let's start with the book, Watercolour Quilts. I think she was again being cheeky recently, because I'm sure she showed me this in our little chat and said, "Oh, do you have this one?" And I said, "No, I don't have that one." She didn't say she was going to send it. Isn't that beautiful? Look at those. So it's a 1993 book. Oh, wow. Lots of inspiration. Even if you're not making quilts, it's just inspiration for different projects. Lots of ideas. I won't go through the whole book, but look at that, just inspiration. Oh wow, I love the deer, the peacock. So it is almost like that sort of collage, collage quilting, but in a more patterned way. Look at the background on that. I think I'd love even just the background pieces without even the design elements in it. Like I love that one, that it is just all so, it's got that sense of that real sort of paleness. Wow, that's like a lake and mountains. Hearts Gallery of Quilts. Window box. Oh, so it's kind of giving you the method to get something that looks like these different ones. Oh, I do like that one with the flowers in the middle. Wow. Okay. Well, we will keep this as definitely as inspiration, and who knows, I might even try my hand at quilting at some point. Who knows? Beautiful bundle of goodies. So I'll just keep these to the side. Actually, there's something else down the bottom. So a lovely May Gibbs apron, I think it is. Beautiful. Isn't that lovely? Have to keep that as a special crafting apron. Put that up with my other May Gibbs goodness. Oops, and the wrap has fallen down. Sun's streaming through the window now, so hopefully it doesn't get too bright for you. I might bring you back over my table again. Just bring you over a bit this way, so we're moving around a bit, but hey, that's how it's going to be. You'll probably get a bit of shadow now because the sun is streaming in from behind me. It's a beautiful bark cloth. And this one with little doggies on it, a little pouch. I think Kristy makes these and was making some for a lady for Christmas. Isn't that cute? That might have to be a little Travis stocking for Christmas. And a beautiful, I can just hear Travis and Alex getting back. They've been visiting Nonna for the afternoon. Lovely bag with doggies on it. She knows what I love. And then I think I'd been chatting to Kristy and I said, "Oh, I've got another package from Waverley Mills." And I think she said, "Oh yeah, I got a package, but it had very dark things." And I said, "Oh no, they don't worry me because I'm just use them as like on the back of a piece when you're putting lots of fabrics on. It doesn't matter." So I think this is probably one of hers, which I don't have that grey, and I do love that. And then a beautiful piece of green. Don't know if I am going to have to. I think the sun won't be too bad coming in. I guess it's illuminating the table. Hopefully it's not making it too bright. And so that's a lovely green bark cloth. Beautiful piece of blanket. You can probably hear Travis tapping around. And these must be some other pieces that Kristy got from Waverley Mills. So I guess that's a great example how it can absolutely vary between what you get in different packs. And then there's a lovely, love that sheet, vintage sheet fabric. Travis is wanting to come and have a snifferoo. Oh, beautiful bagpipe. Do you want to come into the shop, Travis? Oh, he's just tripped over one of his toys. Hang on, I'll just give you a little. There's a bit of Travis love. You enjoying the sun? Did you enjoy your time at Nonna's? Okay, back to the regular programming. Travis is going to want to come and have a cuddle here while I do a bit of filming. You might see his nose just coming into shot. Yeah, coming into shot. Yeah, or him snuffling. And there's another, because I am doing my family heirloom quilt, and so I think he's getting a bit stuck on the bags. He's just doing a back. We always make the beep sound for him when he's going backwards. Beautiful doilies. And this, I remember Kristy showing me this one in one of her doily lots she got, and I went, oh, that's so lovely. And it's got a bird on the top. Lovely applique linen, beautiful blue one. She knows I love my blues. Sorry, you can't see, probably can't see the blue one. I'm just going to click again because there's less sun coming in the window. Oh, and then she got some lovely Fleur Woods. These are the little lens cleaning cloths, but aren't they beautiful? They really do look like they have been embroidered, the actual fabric itself. That's lovely. I love how some of these get that really sort of washed out look to them. I think it makes them even more beautiful. And a horsey one, because she knows I've got my horsey brother and sister-in-law and their kids and the sweet little dog. And what's she given me here? A pouch. Isn't that beautiful? Oh, Kristy, that is incredible. Gorgeous, gorgeous, gorgeous. Look at this little pocket here. I love that. Look at the animals here. And I love when fabric's got those little worn marks, or those little marks on it, and the old Suffolk puffs. I will have to bring you back again because I feel like I'm not giving it sort of due focus. And I'll just click the camera again. I feel like it is still a bit bright. There we go. Oops. Catching everything underneath. So it's got a lovely dangle. Isn't that beautiful? It's got February favourite, so that's the one that Kristy made for February for the Kate in the Nest for her pouch project. I was thinking it looked very familiar, so I was like, either she's made a replica of it, and then it's got some sweet little things inside. I am so oh, and she's given me, look at this embroidery. So this is what we did as part of our stitch along of the 1800s Briggs catalogue of embroideries. And she's given me her little stitched jug. That is so, so precious. Oh, and a beautiful Fleur bookmark, magnetic bookmark. That is so lovely. A tin. What's it got in it? Oh, it's got a sweet little flowers and a little Dotty bee, which is our friend Sally. Dotty bee. And two little flowers that go so perfectly with this. Treasures. And there's more in here. It's filled with joyfulness. Oh, it's got a pouch. So this pouch is stitched into it. Look at this lovely embroidery work on the pouch. And I can feel there's something in the pouch too. Hidden treasures. Oh, snuggle pot and cuddle pie ribbon. How adorable is that? Oh, there's still more. I'm absolutely, absolutely spoiled. Look at this lovely big button. That is beautiful. And this beautiful chenille, silk chenille, Steph Francis. I don't have many Steph Francis threads or yarns, so lovely to have those. And again, just the perfect colours for me. And then this fabric, which I think is, yep, from the... Oh, is this... I was thinking this was from the Bleu de France, but no, it's another one which has the beautiful chinoiserie vases on it. That is just delightful. I love that, and it's such a good size to keep projects, etc. in. What an incredible gift. Now I'm going to put all of my treasures back into here and make sure I don't not look at anything, because now there's another whole pile of lovely treasures, which are beautiful May Gibbs fabrics. Aren't they precious? Look. Wow. Look at that. Beautiful. So many lovely fabrics. All different May Gibbs designs. I really only had, I think, 2 May Gibbs fabrics, so lovely. And then this would be a bit of like an interfacing, I think. And then these are already, I wonder if that's how when Kristy does her quilt, whether she puts them onto, puts the backing on and then does that. As I say, I'm not a quilt maker, so it's all a whole new thing to me. So I'll pop those. Let's see if I can wrap this little bundle of deliciousness up, because I'll put it in my very special Kristy collection. So I like to keep everything that is from my special friends as a little collection. So when I'm using it, I know who it is from. So I'll pop it into its little pouch and pop its wrapping in there. And thank you so much, Kristy. I can't believe not only have you sent me a quilt that you've made, but you've also sent me your precious February pouch. That is just so special. I love how you did the stitching of February favourites as well. What a great record, and what a lovely gift. So I think I got everything out of there. I just didn't want to leave anything not sorted through. And then I have a bag from my lovely friend Gail at Bloody and Flow. And I picked this up from her a few weeks ago, but I decided to keep it for my birthday. And I think she has put some extra goodies in it for me. And so this is Needle Woman magazine. And it's got transfers and charts. They don't often have those sort of still remaining, but they're just amazing to have as a history of an earlier time and the crafts that were being made and the motifs that were being used. Just love the fashions of the day. Oh wow, this one does actually have its original transfers in it. You would have seen my recent video where I was starting to go through the Lavender Lane, the lovely Judy haul of goodies. Travis is wanting to sniff around and see what he can find. Wow, look at those. Beautiful flower motif down the side. And then I think it's got all the zodiac signs. And it's in perfect condition. Wow. Signs of the zodiac. And there's lots of different designs. Travis is again doing his backing up around the coffee table. It's too long to turn sometimes. Oh, I got him a toy earlier today at when I popped into Aldi, so he's just getting it. We're sitting down on the top of the couch, so he's reaching up to get it down. He's very strategic, very clever. So he's like, Mum, if you're going to be busy looking at your presents, I'm going to take my present and have a look at that. And another amazing transfer here. Got grapes, which will be lovely to stitch, and beautiful flower motifs. And Alex is here just getting himself a water. I'll have a really lovely time looking through this at my leisure at all the different designs. The three kings. Oh, look at those little novelties in crochet, little slippers, and those ubiquitous coat hanger covers. And Briggs & Co. So there you go. Penelope packaged needlework and needlework tapestries. And then we've got Golden Hands. Home is where the heart is. Isn't that lovely? And this one looks like it's got, again, still got some transfers in it. These ones might have been nibbled into, possibly. They, again, are lovely. They're still in very good condition, really. Now, let's see if I can actually fold it back up the way that it was. It's knowing me. Yep, there we go. Let's at least leave it sitting flat. Picking up and stitches and grafting. Oh, look at those fashions. Aren't they fabulous? Cross stitch methods, and this is a cross stitch piece. Home is where the heart is. Oh, yep, and there's the design for it. Crisscross stitches, some cushions. Oh yeah, because the lovely Annie from Arty Farty Annie is doing a little vest, I think, out of granny crochet squares. Focus on hems and waists. Junior fashion flair, some nice little designs. And scissors. £1 for both pairs. Wow. And then snip strip. Using a piece of lightweight card, so like a kid's project. So they are very lovely. And then from Gladian Flow also, this lovely card. Gail does the most beautiful cards with a sweet tassel on it. And then this sweet little dog box, which I love. Tin. I love my tins. Oh, 2 bits of lavender for memory. I haven't opened these up before, so I'm opening them all up fresh with you. So again, because I've got my Scottish heritage, it's lovely to have some little Scottish pieces, some of which I'll get added to my quilt. Love these little ones, and I think they'll be beautiful to put in my little lace booklet. Again, beautiful, just fine little pieces. And then a lovely Scotland tea towel, which I haven't been to Scotland. Hope to get there one day. But that's my heritage on my dad's side of the family. So put those back in here again, so I can keep them as my little Gail bundle of treasures. Put my little card in there. I love how she wrapped everything up in these bits of. I should put my little bits of lavender back in as well, shouldn't I? I might bring the camera up because I just feel like we're getting a bit of strange lighting. Or maybe it's because I've got this underneath that's kind of not focusing in as dark as it should. And then another little treasure package. This is like a chatelaine with the different little bits and pieces, a place to put your scissors. I've actually got a pair of scissors because I was cutting envelopes open. So perfect for that. And then this one is a little needle book. Tapestry, so you can see they've got their different needles on there, and crewel. Lovely. And then a little thimble in a little thimble case. I might need to use that because I've got quite a sore bit on my thumb, so I might have to start using a thimble. And then what's this one? Oh, this must just be a little pin cushion because it's got some padding, so that's really lovely. I don't have a chatelaine like this. And then a beautiful rose tapestry. Love that. And then some of these stitched pieces, which I think I got a couple of these. So beautiful teapot. It is just stunning. And a lovely, is there only one there? Yep, there is only one, I think. I haven't got two stuck together, nope. And this is just one. A lovely, like a teacup with flowers in it. So that's beautiful. And I can see those possibly going into either, if I expand out my current fleur piece, or another piece, they'd be lovely just to add into the mix. Okay, I'll wrap those up. And then have this one here. I've got my little collection upstairs of all different little pin cushions in this sort of style, either cross stitch style ones, or black work or white work or red work, but love this with the little acorns on it. I remember buying this this peacock one. Again, just love that it's done in cross stitch, but straight away you can tell it is a peacock. Another cross stitch styled one, a Semco printed one. Love that. Which I just don't have. I don't have that many. I have like a large tablecloth. I don't think I have that many cloths that are like that. And then this is a lovely little cloth. I was thinking, oh, which is the, but it's funny, the back's much brighter, so I reckon this one has probably been out on a table and sort of faded over time. Just look at the difference in colour. It's amazing, even on there. So that to that, interesting. But I don't even mind the fadedness, and if you're going to use it in something, you can always add some other colour. You could even bring some paint into it. But beautiful as it is. And then this one, look at the edging on this. It was the edging that won me on this. It's got these beautiful, I think they're like ostriches or maybe turkeys, I'm not sure, but just that is stunning, because I am planning my bird project at some stage. That is absolutely lovely. So that was my bundle of goodies from the lovely Gail at Bloody and Glow, who I will link to below. And my friend Kristy also has a little store as well with goodies, so I'll be sure both to link to her YouTube channel, but also to that, and remind me if for some reason I forget to do that. And then I'm just having a look behind me at some other packages I have got. I've still got some time to share some more, so I'm just going to have to cut them open. So I don't want to open them up in front of you and have the addresses or anything, so I'll just carefully cut into them or tear into them. I don't want to cut anything that might be on the inside. Especially this one, I think, is a lovely vintage linen that I saw in a photo with another item that someone had on their page. It's wrapped in plastic, so I'll unwrap it off camera so you don't get all the crinkling. I saw it in the background of a picture and I inquired if it was available, and they said yes it is, and I said, oh, I would like that. So again, it's got the beautiful, let's just get it the right way around. It's got beautiful little birds on it, so that's what caught me. And then beautiful Australian plants. These are actually raised up little baubles, and then some more of the little willy wagtails down the bottom. Isn't that lovely? It's got some very tiny little stains on it, but I think that's so beautiful. Such gorgeous, gorgeous work. So that is definitely a treasure. What else have I got? I've got a package. Where did I see? I have my package from the lovely. Is it this one here? from the lovely Nairi. So another little D-stash package from Nairi, which I have saved as well to share with you and to enjoy on my birthday. Thank you so much for continuing to help me de-stash. Oh, and then look at this lovely purple. I think Nairi's given me some lovely extras as well. Beautiful greens. Oh, this one I remember seeing. I saw it first of all, and then I think Nairi was still had some goodies sort of left, and I thought, oh yeah, I'll get that. And it's like a old shopping list, but it's got pre-written down things for the shopping list, and it comes in this lovely little embroidered Dutch sort of style, probably a souvenir, I imagine, maybe from when people went on holidays. But I thought how quaint and how lovely to have that sort of, yeah, the vintage record of what people would have been buying at the shops. This one. And again, it's interesting. I know this happened to my friend Kristy recently. She got washed some things and they sat for a while, and then they got some prints on them from the actual colours of the piece. But I don't mind that at all. And I just think what a lovely set of feathers, almost a feathery fan, and it's got a lovely weight to the fabric. This little one down here. Travis is coming over for pats again, but he can't quite get to me because now I've got a pile of packages around me. So he's trying to get to me, but he can't quite. Come around this way, Travis, around this side. He's just looking at me now. He's like, Mum, you've been talking long enough to your other friends, to your friend in the camera that I can't even see. He's just staring at me very plaintively at the moment. And so then this one, which is like a beautiful, now he's getting very, very picky. No, Travis, on the couch. Now he's getting growly. I'll have to give him a biscuit, so you'll just have to excuse me for a moment while I get Travis to go. Sit on the couch, up. Sit down. Good boy. Mummy's still making her video. Yes. So beautiful Hungarian embroidery. Now he's sitting down. He's just going to sit there and sulk. It's like, Mum, you neglect me. Talking to your imaginary friends rather than hanging with Bobo. But you're hanging with me, Travis. I'm here. Not up in my craft room. Isn't that one lovely? So delicate. Beautiful fabric. Love letters by Laundry Basket Quilts for Moda. Beautiful vintage design, and again these could be really lovely to thread paint into. Sweet little piece of ribbon embroidery. And then this one's like a flannel. It's lovely, but it reminded me of little buttons, and I thought you could even cut them out or use them if you're wrapping buttons, and it feels lovely. So you could also use it if you're in a needle book for putting, because it's kind of got that nice felty feel to it. And then I got this mixed bag from Nairi of goodies, and there was something I particularly wanted. It was a colour of thread, because I'm almost out of a vintage thread that I got secondhand. Sorry, I'm going to have to cut to avoid the rustle effects. And I think it was this one, which does look like a very good match for a colour that I was starting to run out of. And so I got it particularly for this, but I figured, well, yep, I'll be able to use the other goodies. There's some vintage buttons in there, some lovely variegated threads, which I can always have a use for. Some beautiful little lace tidbits, and then get yellow. I don't think I even have that exact yellow. Some really old, lovely, what brand is this? I haven't seen this one before. Knitting. Oh, Milford. I do actually have Milford. Struts Milford, so maybe it's a different one, but I love that it's already kind of got some coloration to it, but I can definitely dye that. Another sweet little thimble, and some measuring tape, and some little wooden reels, which are lovely to have. Look how glossy that thread is. And then a little piece of broderie en grey, and a wrapped up one. So yeah, I sometimes just love even the little vintage labels. Anything else to particularly show you in here? Lots of lovely, yeah, just little tidbits of pieces of colours. I don't think, is that a fabric? I can't tell if it's a fabric one or a more sort of plasticized. It's almost somewhere between the two of them. But yeah, that would be great to add because I was really starting to run out of that particular colour. So that is from the lovely Nairi, and I am almost at the hour mark. So I do have a few other packages, but I will leave that there. But thank you so very much for those of you that have been sending through your birthday wishes. I'm having such a lovely a lovely little extended birthday period. It all started on Saturday with the exhibition and then dinner out, and it's just, yeah, it's a lovely birthday, and glad to be celebrating it with you. And thank you, dear Kristy. I am absolutely blown away by your beautiful gift. I'll be so looking forward to wrapping myself in that lovely quilt. So thank you, and I'll chat to you all soon. Bye everyone.